Hey everybody, it's Roy from ANSgear. We're going to take a look at a suppressor today. Obviously, it's a fake suppressor by Lapco. It's their universal suppressor. So this will fit pretty much any barrel that is a 1 inch in diameter down to 7/8 inch diameter. Anything that's bigger than that, you'll have trouble getting it through the sleeve. But it comes with a couple different things. Obviously, you're going to get your suppressor, your mock suppressor right here. You're going to get your ring. This is basically, you're going to tighten this ring either around your barrel or around the sizing sleeve that goes around your barrel, and then the suppressor is going to thread onto it. This eliminates the possibility of you putting set screws onto your barrel and scratching it up. Now, there's a lot of suppressors out there that you just directly bolt right onto the barrel. You're going to leave some gnarly scratches on there just through wear and tear and play and running and shaking and jumping. So I would recommend you stay away from those unless you don't care about your barrel in the first place, and then scratch it all up. Do whatever you want. But if you want to take care of your equipment and you want it to look nice, get this one. This is the better choice. So suppressor, tightening ring, and then your sizing sleeves. So they're all different sizes that lets you adapt the barrel to fit the suppressor most of the time. Now obviously you're going to run into ones that are either too big and won't fit through the suppressor, or just the outer diameter doesn't work with the sizing sleeves that you get. You can always modify these to fit if you need to. Put a little bit of tape around them, put something on the inside of it. If you're creative, there's always a way to make them work. So right here we have an X7, and I'm going to set this suppressor up on it. First thing I want to do is I want to figure out basically my length. I don't want the suppressor to obviously sit back like this, and I've got the tip of the barrel sticking out. That would kind of defeat the whole purpose of a suppressor in the first place. So I kind of want it to be just like that. So I'm going to look to set my delta ring, my tightening ring, kind of right about there on there. So if I just eyeball it, put it right there. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to find the right sleeve that fits. If I put this sleeve on here, I can see that it's still pretty loose. It's sloppy. It's got a lot of play to it. This one right here, I can see that it's kind of expanding the cut in the ring a little bit. So I'm not going to use that one. This is actually, I wouldn't necessarily say it's used for this part of the application. I'll show you what this is actually used for later on. But this particular one seems to fit nice and snug on there. Not so snug that I can't move it, but definitely going to take up the space that I'm looking for. So I'm going to slide it down to the point where I think we need to be, which is kind of right about there, I guess. Line it up again. Might be able to even go a little bit further. Yeah, looks about right. Then I'm going to take the tightening ring, and I'm going to put it all the way down to the end because I want it to look flush against there. And then I'm going to snug the screws up. Now you don't need to crank these things down. You just want to make them tight so that it's not going to go anywhere. And there's 3 screws, so tighten all 3. There you go, just like that. So now we've got that set up. Now, depending on the diameter of your barrel and how it's going to fit through the front, you might need to use this sizing ring. This one fits a little big on there. So if I take that, I'm going to put this through. Like that. You can see that that's what that looks like right there. The barrel's not sticking all the way to the end. It looks better from the side. I obviously don't want my barrel sticking out the front, but if I try to use this spacer, it doesn't really fit inside there. Let me show you how that works. So inside the front muzzle of the suppressor, there's an O-ring right there. And if this was a true 1 inch size barrel, the end of the barrel would fit against that O-ring and it would kind of hold it in place. Seeing as though that is not the case, this is closer to the 7/8 inch size, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a pick and I'm going to remove that O-ring out of there. Now this cut spacer right here lets me compress it down, and I can actually fit this raised section into the O-ring groove inside there. And that's going to let me set it in there just like that. Now this brings it down to like the 7/8 size barrel, which I probably could fit through there, I would actually take this piece and I would sand it down on the inside just a little bit in order to fit over this barrel, and that would really give it the perfect fit inside of there. It would look clean, it would look flush to the end, and it wouldn't look like it was missing any space. But that's work that you would have to do as more of a custom setup than something that you're just going to get perfect right out of the box, which you might have to do with a lot of the barrels that you pick up if you're trying to mount this up to them. It says it fits 95% of the barrels out there, and it did. It fit this one. It just maybe didn't fit it as good as you would want it to. But that's a possibility by doing a little bit of adjustment. So if you like the scenario look, or the like the Navy SEAL look with the suppressors on it, or maybe that's just the style you're going for, check this out. It's all aluminum. It's great construction. It comes from Lapco, so you know you get the Lapco warranty with it. It's a great all-around product. You might have to do a little bit of work to make it fit your products perfectly the way you want it or the way you envision it to look, but it's possible. So check it out, Lapco Universal Suppressor. It's available through the website. Order yours now through ANSgear.com.